the central, terrifying truth about the newest generation of scams is this: the human voice is no longer reliable proof of identity. So today, we're going to break down this really unsettling threat, because knowing how it works is your absolute best defense against it. We're going to look at how criminals are now targeting our most fundamental human connection, the sound of a loved one's voice. Okay, let's dive in.
Just let that sink in for a moment. I mean, think about it. For all of human history, hearing a familiar voice was proof. It was identity. It meant they were real, they were there, and you could trust what you were hearing. Well, that era is now over. Artificial intelligence has given criminals the ability to weaponize the human voice, turning the one sense we trust the most in a crisis into our single biggest security risk.
So, how in the world do we navigate this new reality? Well, we've built a clear roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll define what this new voice trap actually is. Then, we'll break down exactly how the scam works behind the scenes. From there, we're going to shift entirely to the solution, showing you your strongest defense, and then walking through 3 concrete steps to safety. This is all about reclaiming your peace of mind, and we'll finish with one simple, powerful action you can take today to protect yourself and your family.
Let's get started with Section 1, the new voice trap, when hearing isn't believing. And that subtitle, it really gets to the heart of the paradox we're all facing now, doesn't it? The very thing we instinctively rely on to know a loved one is safe, their unique voice, their laugh, their way of speaking, is now the exact tool being used to trick us. It's a huge shift, and we really have to adjust our thinking.
This slide really boils the threat down to its most basic form, because the problem itself is brutally simple. Criminals are using artificial intelligence to create a perfect, indistinguishable audio clone of someone you love: your son, your daughter, your parent, your spouse. Then they use that cloned voice in a high-pressure phone call, creating a fake emergency that is specifically designed to make you panic and send money before you even have a second to think.
So that brings us right to our second section, how the scam works. Look, to defeat this threat, we have to understand it. This isn't some kind of magic, it's technology, and it's paired with some very old-school psychological manipulation. By demystifying the whole process, we take away its power.
The core technology here is something called deep fake audio. And the truly dangerous part is how little data it actually needs to work. An AI doesn't need a long conversation to learn a voice. It just needs a few seconds. So where does it get this audio? From videos posted on social media, a public voicemail, a podcast appearance, really any recording out there in the digital world. The AI analyzes everything: the pitch, the rhythm, the accent, all the little unique markers of a voice, and it builds a perfect, functional model that can be made to say anything at all.
So let's walk through the scammer's playbook step by step. First, they find the audio. Like we just said, social media is a goldmine for them. Step 2, they use software to clone that voice. And this technology is getting cheaper and easier to find every single day. Step 3 is the really cruel part. They create a crisis. You get a call and you hear your loved one's voice, terrified. "I've been in an accident," or "I've been arrested. I'm in trouble and I need your help right now." And finally, step 4, they demand untraceable funds. They don't want a check. They want a wire transfer, cryptocurrency, or gift card codes, money that, once it's sent, is gone forever.
So, the crucial point here is this: the technology is just the setup. The real weapon is psychology. The whole scam is engineered to trigger what scientists call an amygdala hijack. Hearing the voice of someone you love in distress floods your brain with fear. Your logical, critical thinking brain basically gets shoved aside. You're not thinking anymore. You're just reacting on pure instinct to protect your family. And that primal, powerful instinct is exactly what these criminals are counting on.
Okay, that was the problem. It's frightening, I get it, but it is not unbeatable. So let's pivot to the solution. Section 3, your strongest defense, and the subtitle is the Non-Auditory Protocol. The name itself tells you everything you need to know. If the attack is based on sound, our defense has to be something other than sound.
We have to accept a new security reality. This slide says it all. Voice recognition is dead. As a tool for verifying who someone is in a high-stakes phone call, it's just not reliable anymore. We simply can't trust our ears alone. I know that's a hard truth to swallow, but accepting it is the very first step toward protecting yourself.
So if we can't trust the voice, what can we trust? Shared, secret knowledge. This brings us to the core of our solution, the Non-Auditory Verification Protocol, or NAP. It's a fancy name for a profoundly simple idea. It's a secret code word or a unique question that you set up with your family before a crisis ever happens. It's like your digital age handshake,
The one thing a scammer's AI could never, ever know.
So here's how you use the protocol in the moment. We call it the two-part refusal, and it's very simple. When the scammer is pushing urgency and secrecy on you, your response is to interrupt them and calmly demand the verification word. No discussion, no arguing, just, what's the word? And if they ask for untraceable funds, or if they can't give you that word instantly, your second action is immediate and non-negotiable. You hang up. You end the call. That's it. You've just broken their script and completely neutralized the threat.
Now, knowing the protocol is one thing, but actually implementing it is what keeps you safe. So let's move on to our fourth section, 3 Steps to Safety. And our subtitle is How to Apply the Protocol. This is where we turn theory into concrete, reassuring action. Here is your entire action plan on one slide. Just 3 simple, powerful steps. Step 1, establish the verification word. Talk to your spouse, your kids, your parents. Choose a word or question that is totally unique and memorable to your family. A funny memory, an inside joke, a pet's weird nickname, something nobody else could ever guess. Step 2, commit to the Trusted Callback Rule. This is so important. After you hang up on a suspicious call, you don't wait. You immediately call your loved one directly on the phone number you already have saved in your contacts. This completely bypasses the scammer. And step 3, a little bit of digital housekeeping. Secure your social media profiles. Go into your settings on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and change them from public to friends only. This makes it way harder for criminals to get the voice samples they need in the first place.
You know, taking these steps has this wonderful side effect that goes beyond just financial security. And that brings us to Section 5, Reclaiming Your Peace of Mind, subtitled From Fear to Empowerment. This isn't just about avoiding a scam, it's about reducing that background anxiety of living in our complicated modern world.
I love this idea here. Proactive defense is a powerful act of emotional sovereignty. Think about what that means. By having this conversation and setting up this simple system, you are taking control. You're refusing to be a passive victim of technology. You're deciding ahead of time how you will respond to a potential crisis. This act of planning transforms that fear of the unknown into confidence in a known, practiced response. It really does reduce stress because you've already solved the problem. And just look at the benefits of this protocol. It's incredibly simple, it's just a single word, it costs absolutely nothing to set up. In the middle of what could be a chaotic, terrifying call, it gives you immediate and total control. And maybe most importantly, it protects not just your money, but the emotional bonds of trust you share with your family. And here's the best part. It's a simple, low-tech, human solution that completely defeats a sophisticated, high-tech crime. Our shared knowledge is just more powerful than their algorithm.
Okay, let's bring this all together in our final section, your action for today, subtitled Creating Your Firewall Now. We've learned about the threat and we've learned the solution. Now it's time to act.
Let's restate the core lesson one last time so it's locked in. Your defense against AI voice scams is not better hearing or sharper intuition. It is the Non-Auditory Verification Protocol, built on the simple, powerful foundation of a secret family code.
This entire explainer has been leading up to one single tangible moment of action. We've given you the knowledge, so now what do you do with it? What is the one thing that will make all of this real?
Here it is, your final action step. Before this explainer ends, before you move on to the next thing in your day, just take out your phone. Contact one family member, your spouse, your child, a parent, and set your verification word. Do it today. This simple 2-minute conversation creates an immediate firewall that protects you and the people you love most. So as we close, let's just reflect on what we've learned. We've seen how, in a moment of crisis, artificial intelligence has made the human voice an unreliable form of identity. That familiar sound we've trusted our entire lives can now be a mask, a tool used to exploit our deepest, most protective instincts. But we also discovered that this high-tech threat is completely neutralized by a simple human solution. The secret verification word and the Trusted Callback Rule are the 2 tools that give you back all the control. They are your circuit breaker, instantly stopping that emotional overload and allowing you to verify reality safely. And ultimately remember that this kind of informed planning does more than just protect your bank account. It protects the emotional and financial bonds you share with your family from a truly sophisticated and cruel form of exploitation. By taking a few minutes to prepare today, you ensure that you can navigate the future with calm confidence and with peace of mind. Thank you for your time.